Welcome along to the class tonight. Hope you've had a nice day and meant to come in the rain, so we went out and did our cardio stuff in the morning, but the rain never came, so we could have probably gone out in the afternoon too. But anyway, let's get into the exercises. So today I've got a little bit of a mixed bag, but we will definitely have a bit more of a focus on some back and also front abs and a little bit of arm work, but not much. So let's separate our toes and have our ankles, knees and hips on top of one another and keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Hands onto the lower belly for me. Now breath in through your nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose. When you breathe out, you're feeling your stomach move in towards the spine. Just so you know, tomorrow night I'm going to do a stretch class. If you're interested, join me. Hands a bit high. Breath in and sighing out. Do one more like that, breath in. As you exhale, you bring your arm down. Inhale, arms rising up. Exhale, take them to the side. Inhale, arms shift forward. Sighing out to the side. Keep separating your toes. Inhale, arms lift. And then exhale, bring the arms straight down in front. Up onto the balls of the feet, and we're lifting off. I know my head's coming out of the screen, but with this new Google Chrome that I'm using instead of Firefox, the camera setup's a little bit different. I don't know how to make it look like. I don't know. Anyway, we'll come down into the legs. You can see me again now. So inhale, lifting up. Exhale to the side.
Hi.
Inhale forward. Exhaling out to the side. No. Inhale, lift. No, not. Bend down a little bit further into those legs. So just the arms again. Inhale, rising up. Exhale to the side. Inhale, arms come forward. Sighing out to the side. Inhale, lift. Come down that bit more. No se quiere. Okay, so exhale to the side. So this is getting us used to the movement and breath, like I say, but it's also warming you up by getting lower into those legs. They're working harder. Come down a little bit more. We'll just do it one more time, please. Shout out to Kieran, who I saw this morning. I know you don't do the live stream, but if you watch the replay, shout out to you. I'll probably shout out to you tomorrow morning, because I know you do one of them. Inhale, lifting up, and come down just that little bit more. So coming up, let's lower the heels down, and we'll get into a couple of different balances, and then we'll come down onto the mat. So arms to the side. I'm going to move forward a little bit. Inhale, toe forward. Exhale to the side. Inhale, toe back, and exhale to the side again. Inhale, toe forward. Exhale out. Inhale back and out. A little bit of ballet. And no, I've never studied ballet. So if it's not ballet, let me know. I'm always happy to be corrected, okay? And I can't pretend to know something about ballet, I don't. Felicity, my walking partner on a Thursday morning, she's an ex-ballet dancer. She knows everything about ballet. Couple more. We used to do boxing classes and she used to participate in my class. We'll do one more each way. And she never wanted to do it with a fist, so she'd use ballet arms. Hold it here and then bring your arms up just to do the boxing. So we're going to come down and keep going down as far as you can and lift the leg up. And think about going long with your arms and then really strong long with that leg. A few more breaths. So bring it on in, bring your arms back to the side, and we're going to do that point ballet or not movement. So inhale, sighing out, inhale, sighing out. Let's go. This is really great for a little bit of mobility in your hips and then stability for your ankle. Inhale, sighing out. So I can feel it in my arms already. I bet you guys can too. And that's a good thing. Just try and think about the bottom of your arm, pulling it up towards the bone, sucking everything in. A few more. Ooh, balance is off. Some days are like that. Don't be hard on yourself. Probably got better than me, so that's great. Hold it here. Lift up, over to the side. Just turn your foot out so you're feeling balance, and then go down long, reaching and lifting the leg up. 4 breaths. So you can see some of the balances we're doing are moving balances, and we're going to continue with that theme. Arms just to the side, I'm sorry. Breath in, right knee up. You can cross your arms over your chest if you need. All right. Ideally, you want to keep them up. The burn is short-lived, okay? So let's make it work while we can. Think about the supporting leg. I want you to squeeze your kneecap up, squeeze the thighs up, squeeze your glute up, so everything opposing gravity. Do 2 more. Shortly our arms will go up. Arms up, double pace, let's go. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4. Arms to the side. Leg, other side, lift it up. They're heading upstairs soon for their night routine, and they're not going to waste it. We're eating water tonight. Aber, yeah.
I see the red.
It's 11. In case you're wondering what she was licking in front of you, it's 11.
Chicken. I'm very chicken.
Y tú también.
She put one of my
2 more.
hands.
Arms up high, double pace, go.
Yeah, this and
Keep it strong, you're halfway there. 8 more. 4 to go. And bring it down. Bring the arms down. We'll just get into our tree pose, and then we'll make our way down onto the mat. I might move that so you can see probably hopefully a little bit more of my arms. So right foot, dig that heel in. Open the knee out, bracing the belly, and then your hands are going to stay here at your heart. Third eye, before we rise all the way up. And if you can, if you're feeling stable, which obviously I'm not feeling great today in terms of stability, if you are feeling okay, look up. Just remember, we'll repeat this again at the end, and you might feel better then to look up. Separate the toes of your supporting foot. So just gently bring the arms down, release that foot, we'll go to the other side.
That's my dancing.
Heart, third eye, or lift. So remember, I guess you go up.
Five.
No time to arm. Last 2 breaths. So gently bring the arms down. I'm going to just shift the lovely mat forward, and we're going to start with planks. Okay, so, oops. No, hello. So we're just going to let the screen come down a fraction and get into our planks. Right, so we're only doing the 1 set of planks, and we'll get them out of the way early, so let's just do our long sequence of planks, but I'm going to give you some leg options throughout. All right, so hands, and then you can be down on your knees, but if you're on your knees, just remember no bums in the air and no hips down low. Straight, or up on your toes, shoulders away from the ears. We have a huntsman in the house. He or she showed up this morning, and I don't mind the huntsman. I have told you about my story about how I had to basically get used to spiders because I had a colony in my car once when I was a lot younger, and so I don't mind them anymore. But the girls are like, when I got home, Ramiro firstly, because he's from the Galapagos, there's no venomous anything over there. He's like, is it a venomous spider? I'm like, no, it's a huntsman. I said, we're keeping it. We'll let it go by itself when it wants to go. can eat any of the insects if there are any. All right, so listen, let's bring one hand in and we're lifting up. And all we're going to do is just tap forward and back. Now, we did this in the plank session on Saturday. And my abs were killing the day after and a little bit the day after that. So I would recommend you to go and do that ab session if you can. 4 more. Because it was a killer. Okay, so come back to the center. And now we're going to just do some knee drops. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Just 8 more. Raise the belly tighter so you feel nothing in the back. 4, 3, 2, and let's go to the other side. So you bring the other hand in, stack, lift, and then the leg comes forward and back. You're going to do it really controlled. Your bottom knee can be down if you need. 4 to go. 4, 3, 2, back to the center. And now what we're going to do is just alternating pulling knee to chest. Then change sides. So we're doing the long sequence, but we're breaking it up with lots of different leg movements. So it's actually harder than your normal one, but it's a little bit more fun. We're not just staying still. 4 to go. Okay, so just onto the elbows, really slow and controlled to get you down. This one will just stay nice and still. So go for 4 more breaths and then we'll come to the side again. So place one arm over to the center, stack, lift, and all we're going to do is we're going to lift the leg up. Now if you don't like that, keep it down. Keep hips up, shoulders relaxed. You've got 2 to go. So feet come back to the center, then come back to the center yourself. And we're going to do alternating leg lift. Really control. So try not to lift up your bottom. One more. To the other side. So other arm in, because you've got that whole surface area of your forearm down. Should be okay to lift your leg up. Shoulders relaxed. Lower that foot, lower yourself to the center. And we're just going to go for our rainbow. Yeah. 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4. And actually I'm going to move the screen up a bit. All right, so knees down, toes together, sink back, just have a stretch here. We're going to be up on our knees, so I'm going to move the screen up a little bit, just because I don't want to chop my head off too much. It's not a very appropriate top, is it? I used to wear it when I was pregnant, so it's loose compared to what it used to be when I first got it. It used to be a tighter top. And I don't wear it very often since I've had the babies. Anyway, so sorry if I'm flashing. Anyway, up onto your knees. We're going to just tip ourselves forward a bit, and your feet are going to lift off. Arms are going to start straight, and then they're lifting up. So this is upper back. Tummy has to stay connected. I feel like it just doesn't look good, so I'm going to tuck it in. All right, bring the hands onto your thighs for a second. You're staying forward leaning, so still getting that back working. And if you have a quick feel, you feel where it's tight, yeah? Arms to the side. Now, just imagine you're like a bird and you're going to fly. So, yeah, so the wind's coming under your wings to lift you. Who remembers that movie, The Boy Who Could Fly? I was thinking about movies that we watched when we were kids. And I think a lot of them these days, the kids would find them boring because there's no action. Like the boy didn't fly until the end. We waited, we loved it. Couldn't wait for that boy to fly. Right? A few more. Kids these days are spoiled. All right, bring it on in. Just relax the shoulders. Bring the hands into the thighs. So it's just a mini break for your arms. Back is still tight, still tense. You can feel it, right? Arms up. Now you're going to just float the arms back a fraction. Yeah, this is it. Two more. Okay, good job. Bring your hands down, and I'd like you to tuck your toes and lift yourself into a down dog. And then I'd like you to just cross one arm over and hold on and try and just sort of twist yourself around. It's very unflat and top today. Try and keep pushing both heels down. So bring that arm back down, push your heels back down, and then twist the other way. All right, so bring the hands back down, and then this is going to start you into your modified sun salutation. So inhale and float forward. Exhale and lower your body into a crocodile. Knees can be down. Push up through your arms into the cobra, and then push back to your down dog again. Floating forward, inhale. Lower and hover. Elbows stay tucked in. Push up through strong arms if you can. Don't let your knees touch down. Then push back to down dog. Through to the plank again. Lower and hover. Really use one movement, one breath. Inhale deeply to come up. Exhale back, down dog. And again. Luxurious breathing. Let it all out. Then fill up those lungs. And then let it all out again. 2 more rounds. Last one. Great job. Come down all the way, and we're going to actually have a seat and do a couple of boat poses, a couple of tabletops, and then I'll make our way down completely. I think I might move the screen down a fraction again. Have a quick drink if you need one. So we're having a seat. We're sitting nice and tall, we're bracing the belly in, arms are coming forward, shoulders stay relaxed, come on down. So these are going to be moving your arms and your legs. So what's going to happen is your arms are going to come down and your legs are going to be lifting up one at a time, just like that. So exhale as you kick, inhale as you bring them up. The arms, that is. Now if you're liking the singles, please, by all means, you just stay with the singles. But if you're feeling like you want more, doubles, yeah? 4 more. Stop here with the legs, bring the elbows in, and then just lower yourselves back until you can come onto your elbows. Then straighten one or both legs and lift off onto your heels. So you can just use one leg to push you up and then come straight into it. Very strong in the shoulders, I know. Two more. Have a seat. Come back up, bend the legs, and we're going for our last boat pose. Speaking of boats, did you see that seizure of cocaine today? Good job, Pops. All right, so bring it in, side to side. Just 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4. All right, feet down. Come back, come back, come back. And then straighten one, both, and lift up. After this, we'll be lying on our backs. And then we will do some more back later on. But we're going to focus on the core for now, front core, so abs. Okay, so bring yourself down, and we're going to keep our legs straight because we're going through a series of roll-ups. Don't do them all the time, but they're one of the very core Pilates moves, so let's do some now. I don't want us to stretch in between because I want to keep the tension on. So hands into the thighs, chin tucks into the chest. You can use an elbow to help you up, and we're just peeling up, slow, slow. As soon as you get to the vertical, sit tall, inhale, and then make your way back down. So we've got a few different levels. So breath in when you get there, and then come again. So once we finish this one, I'll give you a progression. If you don't like the progression, you can stay at this level. Anytime you don't like any of my progressions, you can go to one that you prefer doing, the one you think works you hard enough, but that is not hindering you in terms of technique, because you don't want to have to use your arms to throw yourself up. That's probably the worst thing that you can do in a roll-up. So I'd rather you do it controlled. Use your elbow if you need, but don't do this. Yeah, that's really bad. Do one more, please. And then I am going to give you an option to change the arms. If you don't want to change the arms, you can keep them here. If you do and you want to, cross them over your chest. This makes it a lot harder. You wouldn't think it does with just such a small modification, but really it's a challenge. That's not one of the most exciting exercises to do, but it is one of the fundamental Pilates exercises, and that's why I do them. Not all the time, but I just think that we need to refresh and go back to the basics sometimes and not just go for the most, challenging, even though this is challenging. Sometimes I do other exercises that are more so. But it's good to master the originals too. We'll do one more of those, and then we're going to change the arms again, and the legs are still staying put. So this, by far, the one we're moving into is the hardest in terms of arms. But we've got harder legs coming up later too. So arms are by your side of your head. And we're just coming like that. Mothers out there, you know how it is to want to give your kids the healthy food. You let them have their bad stuff every so often, but you sometimes want to have something bad yourself, but you don't want them to see you. You know how it is? Yeah, so my daughters, particularly the youngest one, loves cheese. So cheese is fine. I give them cheese. But I went down and I was having some white chocolate. I don't have white chocolate very often. But straight away their ears prick up and they're like, "What have you got in your mouth, Mum?" "What have you got in your mouth, Mum?" So I'm like, "Cheese." And they're like, "Can we have some cheese?" I'm like, "Of course." So I cut them some cheese and I bring the cheese up to them, and of course they can smell that it's not cheese in my mouth. She's like, what are you really eating, Mum? Cheese. And Anna, the little one, says to me, I want some of that cheese. Can't do anything without them knowing. I did not give them any cheese. Their bad food days is on a Friday and a Saturday. I'll let them have some chocolate or ice cream. But no, not during the week. They're in the bath having fun. You can hear the squeals. Let's bend the legs. Arms come forward. And we're going to start again. So we're doing everything. The arms are changing, obviously, but now our legs are staying bent the whole time. So it actually feels relatively easy coming back with our arms out in front when you compare it to how they felt with the arms up by the head. But now it's going to get a whole lot harder because you've picked it up a notch by having your bent legs. Really controlled. Inhale tall. Come on down. Do one more and then we're going to go for our arms crossing over the chest. Of course you can keep your arms straight, but listen, the instinct will make you put the same arm over in front again. So I want you to take the other arm over instead. So now you've just evened it up a bit. So it's not the same arm coming up in front. Can you believe it's already nearly the end of winter? Wow, what a crazy year we're having had. Nightmarish year, you would probably say. At the start of the pandemic, remember when we were saying how the environment is benefiting, and at least it's a benefit because there's not a lot of pollution and what have you, but they're saying there's more rubbish now in the oceans than ever. More illegal fishing going on because there's no patrols out there. It's like, God, human race, something's got to give. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands to the side of our head. And this is the last level. So after this, we're doing about 4 on each. I'm not being completely strict on the number. But it will be 6 different moves at 4 each. Yeah? So 24 or so. Roll up, so that's good. Just go for a couple more, and then I promise you'll get your head relaxing down, and we'll just get into some more lower belly, complete focus lower belly. I know yesterday we did lower belly, so if you did lower belly with me yesterday, don't worry, we're not going to repeat the same things. One more. Team success, you've done it. Let's rest our head down, and we're going to just bring our legs up. So we're going to take one leg straight, and the other leg is bent, and they're crossing like that. So the bottom leg crosses under, obviously, the top leg crosses over. 4 more here. Bring it on in. Other leg goes away. Remember to angle the other leg and cross. Bring the legs in, and what we're going to do now is flex your feet, lower the angle, and just dropping, alternating heels. The unhinge comes from your hip. The 90-degree angle at the knee remains. Very strong in the lower belly. Stick with it. 8, 7, 6, 5, last one. And bring the legs down, both of them, and chin tucks into the chest, head and shoulders lifted. We're going for a roll, no more roll-ups, no problem. Crunch it to the sticking point. So you can't go any further without an effort. Inhale, bring it back, and then exhale, lift it up. So I know the quality of my camera is probably not any better because I think that's just the computer that I have. If I ever knew there was going to be a time when I'd be teaching online, I probably would have chosen to purchase a better quality computer. It's already given me grief. I had to take it back before the shutdown. Thankfully it was fixed by then. But yeah, anyway. I think using the Chrome though is better, like my brother suggested. So I'm hoping that that's making a difference and the screen is not freezing for you. Friday was probably the worst class ever in terms of that. So if you're going to do a repeat of any classes, don't do the Friday one. 2 more, but let me know if you're finding the Chrome better. So as you see the tummy move down, you're coming up and breathing out. Come up on this one, exhale, and then halfway back. Now actually somebody did say to me, and I did mention it yesterday in the class, but if you weren't with the class yesterday, or in the class, somebody mentioned that they thought I'm saving the hellos that people send to me. I don't do anything except for end stream and then shut the computer up. I never edit in studio or any of that stuff. So if it's saving, I haven't done anything to intentionally do that. I wouldn't do that. I always thought all the chats just end automatically, but the guy I was speaking to said that he saw some chats still on there. So please, I would never do that. But I understand now if nobody wants to say hi because you don't want to be permanently on there. So I'm not going to say hi to anybody by name unless they actually do say a hello. 2 more here. I know who's out there, though, a couple of you. So hi. Hi, ladies. So this one we're going to go smaller. Oh, they're coming back. Come up and centimetre back. Because the spider, the huntsman, it's in the stairwell, but it's up high because there's cathedral roofs. They might be scared to come down. It could be a good bodyguard for Tamara. It's actually not even a big huntsman, it's little. I guess if it started walking and spread out its wings, it would be bigger. Wings, its legs. So we're doing those little ones, remember team? Do 4 more. Yo te veo. Hold it up. So bring the arms forward. We're going to hold on to an imaginary rope, and this is hard. We're going to try and come up the rope. Now go back down the rope. No, ¿está la araña todavía? Oh, really? She said that it's opened its legs out, so it looks big. Hold it here. Hands behind the head, breath in. Again, this is the last round, and then we're going to do some more back. So stick with this. ¿Quieres decirles algo? ¿Qué tienes hecho abajo? ¿Ah? 2 more. Now we're going to go for a smaller one. So come up as you exhale. No quiero que tú vas por ahí. And then halfway back. No por lo que hables. Por acá. So just halfway. I'm paranoid if they go near the cable area that something will happen with the string. Because it happened last week. So we've got a couple more. And then we're going to go for those little ones. So come up as you exhale. That centimetre back. Oh, feel that burn. So this is all upper belly, right? Last 4, then we're going to use that imaginary rope to come up. You guys been watching Ninja Warrior? So disappointed last night that Victoria didn't win. He should have won. He was so good. He's a good, you don't know who I'm talking about, but actually, it's amazing that he makes mistakes. He would have won if he didn't make a mistake. Anyway, that was State of Origin if you're not knowing what I'm talking about. Hold on to this imaginary rope and then come up. One more. Come down. 4. And let's just have a quick stretch, lengthen it out, and then we're going to bring one or both legs in and lift yourself up. We're going to roll over and we're going to get into some back exercises. Yes, amor. Anda por arriba para que Ana no se baja. Gracias. Okay, so we're going to, dale la libra porque eso no se baja. So we've got our hands underneath the shoulders away from the ears, and you've got your knees underneath your ears. Taking your foot away one leg, and we've got a flexed foot. We're going to get inhale, lift, double toe down. ¿Por qué no tienes tu DVD abajo? Ese pequeño ropa que es azul y blanco. Está en la cama, estaba con tu pijama. Ese necesitas poner abajo. 4 more. So hold this one there, and we're going to just lift up now. Slow lift them up. Our arms are not doing anything. I just want your wrist to feel okay. So if you feel like you need to, you can make a fist and V on your knuckles too. Two more. All right, pointed toe and then pull the knee in. I'm hoping the huntsman will just find its way out and then not come back. I don't mind it, like I said, but I'd rather find a nice home outside of the house. Feeling it a little bit in your supporting glute? Hope so. 2 more. Now, if you want to know, tomorrow in the morning, bring this leg down. I'm going to be doing other leg away, flex foot, inhale, lift, double toe tap. Legs, but lying down on our side. So that's a request that I've had. So I'm going to do that on tomorrow morning's class. So it's a legs class, lying down though, on our sides. My least favourite class, but it's somebody's favourite. It's good, we're all different, we all know and like different things, and that's fine. And I like to cater to anyone's needs, so please send me a request if you want one, if you want something specifically. 2 more. Hold this one up. Now we're going to lift the leg. It's pretty amazing how an animal can stay still for so many hours. Isn't it phenomenal? I mean, it literally has not moved since they spotted it first thing this morning. And they said just now it's opened up its legs. Bizarre. Can you imagine a human trying to stay still? Nuh-uh. A 2-year-old? Mum's out there, you know what I'm talking about. They don't stop moving. 2 more. All right, so we're going to point our toe, pull the leg in. Some of you know I still sleep with my little one. She calls me and then I go into her room at night and I sleep with her. And she moves a lot. And she's asleep. I can't even say she doesn't move. She stays still when she sleeps. She doesn't. Do 4 more. All right, so we're going to bring it down and we're just going to round off our back. Really have a nice stretch there. And then flatten it out, tuck your toes in and push back to down dog like you did earlier. Now we're going to walk our feet towards our hands and keep them as straight as possible for as long as possible. If you need to, you can bend your legs. And then once you get there into a forward fold, just wrap your hands into your elbows. Just use your breath to really ease you into this forward fold position. If you need to for your back, please, by all means, bend your knees deep. So releasing that, bend your knees, everybody, hands onto your thighs to come out safely. And I'll just move the screen up so we can get into a couple of balances before I bid you farewell. Oh, I took again, sorry team. Alrighty, so we're going to go for our challenging balance. I've had a really stiff body the last week or so, so my balance and my stretch has not been so good in this pose, but let's try it and see how we go. So just know, some days you're not going to be as good as other days. That's when we have to push ourselves harder. So if you want more, flex that foot and take it on up. 2 more breaths. Bring it in, lower it down, other side. Knee, take it out. And then if you can, flex the foot. Drive it on up. So bring it on in, lower it down. We're going to go into our aeroplane. So step onto your left foot, arms float out. I might kick this wall behind me. No. Okay, so nice and long with your arms, strong legs. Try and straighten that supporting leg. Come on out of this, and we'll go to the other side. Right foot down, left foot floats as your arms go to the side as well. Okay, bring it on in. Let's take our right foot, place it along the side of the left leg, down low, up high, it doesn't matter, it's up to you. And then the same 3 arm positions that we did at the start, whether it be down at your heart, at your forehead or up high. You should feel that you've got more balance than you did prior, and that's just purely from working our core. So bring the arms down, release that foot, change to the other side. I'm going to say, oh no, I'm not going to say anything. I just realized, no, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to say looking up if you can. Remember to relax the shoulders down. Keep going with those nice deep breaths. Now team, you know the prayer pose? I want you to try and do it behind your back. Yeah? Looks like this. And then if you can, separate your feet and just take your head to the side. So you're giving yourself a really lovely, strong stretch here for your neck. And like I mentioned, tomorrow is a stretch class tomorrow night. So if you are somebody that feels like your body needs a good stretch, it's nice to do at the end of the day. Head over to the side. I usually do it on a Saturday morning class, but I thought, no, the night people deserve a bit of a stretch time too, so join me. does get a bit boring though. You'll just be hearing me talk. It's not so much instruction. So I might even put some music on. Don't know how that's going to work with the computer if I can have music going at the same time. Maybe. Let's see. Bring the head back up. Release those hands down. Just do some shoulder rolls. Shake it on out. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you had a nice session, and I really do hope that the video was better in terms of just not breaking up than it was last week when I was still using Firefox. So yeah, have a good night, and I will see you next time you choose to join in. Bye.